Hey, welcome to Bathwinger. If you are an aspiring pilot or you're looking to make a career change, this is the channel for you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I recently saw that Air Wisconsin is furloughing 200 pilots, which is just another, set of bad news in a long line of bad news for 2025, which raises the question, is it worth it to get into aviation in 2025? There's actually an analogy with hockey where they teach you to skate to where the puck's going instead of where the puck's been. And that's the real trick with aviation. And so to answer that question, is it worth it to get into aviation in 2025? Let's take a look at where the puck's going, if you will. Typically, aviation is a cyclical industry, high risk, high reward kind of a deal. Like if you get in at the right time, you're set to make tons of money. If you don't, it could kind of be a disaster for you. And so you want to kind of be watching where that puck is going so that you can move to it. So right now, one of the things with that cyclical nature is that the aviation market is down. And I've been flying long enough to see that it's going to come back up at some point. We just have to decide or figure out when that's going to happen. So one of the great things, there's really a few great things about a down market in aviation, is the flight schools aren't booked solid. I have a good friend that is a flight instructor at one of the big flight schools here in the Valley, and he was saying that they used to have a wait list up to sometimes 6 months. Guys were waiting to get into flight school and start flying. That wait list is gone. There's no backlog. If you go sign up to get your flight training, you can get right in and get going. And that's going to set yourself up for when times are good. So now it's a great time to be getting your training done because you're not going to be battling everybody else. There's other, and you can see these numbers, if you look these up, but pilots are still continuing to retire. So age 65 is mandatory retirement for these guys. And I saw projections that 2028 is going to be the biggest retirement number for these guys, and it's going to be in excess of 4,000 pilots in 2028. So we're going to see several thousand pilots retiring each year, and those are going to cause openings. The other thing, as you look at some of these numbers, people want to travel, and some people have to travel for their jobs, so travel's not going away. And the economy, I believe, is going to get a lot better. So there's been a few things keeping people from flying. One is just the uncertainty of the political situation. We don't know what's happening here, so I think people have hunkered down, but they're going to start traveling again, and I think in greater numbers, and so is it worth it in 2025? Absolutely. Once that economy gets rip roaring, if you've got your licenses done, because you started and you got going right now, you're going to be ready for when that hiring swing picks back up. So check out, I have a hiring prediction for 2025 video. Check that out. We're about halfway through. It seems like my prediction's right so far, which makes me happy, but we have to see how the second half of the year plays out. But check out that video, and until I see you next time, fly safe.